My neighbor got me banned from my own home, so I got him banned from freedom. My neighbor Brad used false police reports to manipulate everyone in the building from the moment he moved in. And I don't mean he twisted the truth. I mean he invented violations out of thin air. If you walked too loudly past his door, he'd file a noise complaint. Parked in his visitor spot once, he'd report your car as abandoned. Smiled at his wife Maria in the hallway, he'd report you for unwanted advances. His brother was a cop, so his every complaint stuck while mine vanished overnight. Then came Brad's control over Maria, which started small but escalated quick. When she first moved in, she'd wear bright sundresses and deliver us lasagna with a smile. By week 3, she had gone completely silent and never walked anywhere without a bruise on her cheek. When Mrs. Johnson got worried and asked how she got it, Brad got her a formal warning for harassment. Next, I started hearing sounds of glass breaking at night, followed by Maria screaming and begging, "Please, Brad, not today, I'm still sore." 3 of us called 911 that day, but Brad told police we were making false reports, and his cop brother got us all citations. Maria stopped showing up to her job at the bank, then stopped leaving the apartment altogether. Brad even started slapping her in the hallway, not even pretending anymore. The other tenants started using the back stairs, avoiding the 3rd floor entirely. Eventually, Maria disappeared for a week. Brad said she was visiting family, but we all heard her crying through the vents. By then, we'd learned to turn our TVs louder and look away. Brad had turned our entire building into accomplices through fear, and we all knew Maria was running out of time. One day, I found Maria collapsed outside their door, barely conscious. She was bleeding through her knees, so I asked her if she needed help, and she just gave me this super weak nod. So I brought her inside my apartment and started cleaning her wounds. But not even 10 seconds later, I heard a thunderous knock on my door. "I know you're in there, Maria. Come back now or I'll break it down," Maria mouthed. "I'm sorry," as she limped toward my door, but I grabbed her wrist and shook my head, trying to save her. That's when we heard the crack. Brad had kicked my door so hard the deadbolt was bent. Before I could react, he was inside, yanking Maria by her hair while she screamed. I tried to pull her back and Brad shoved me into my bookshelf. 10 minutes later, his cop brother arrived with 3 units. Brad, now calm and composed, told them I'd pulled a knife on him when he came to retrieve his wife. As they cuffed me, Brad smiled and whispered, "Should have minded your own business." That's when I decided I was done being scared of him. If he wanted to play with false charges, I'd give him real ones. The charges didn't stick since no weapon was found, but the restraining order did. Brad made sure of that. I couldn't go within 500 feet of my own apartment. While crashing at my sister's, I remembered the security cameras Brad had installed last year to monitor suspicious activity. My laptop still had the building's cloud access from helping Mrs. Johnson recover her dog. Brad was so confident in his brother's protection that he never actually checked what those cameras actually recorded. I had 3 months of footage. Every hallway scene, every public assault he thought happened in blind spots. I collected everything in a USB and sent copies of it to both the state attorney general and the FBI, people who couldn't be pressured by Brad's brother. Their investigation took weeks, but eventually federal agents arrived at the building to arrest Brad. As soon as he opened the door to them, he turned into the nicest guy ever. He smiled and talked about how all this was just a simple misunderstanding, that his brother could vouch for him. "Maria dear, telling them that the report is false. Tell them that I never did anything to you." He used that same glare that he used whenever he put hands on her, but this time, Maria had found her courage. I had been sending her secret letters for 2 weeks, coaching her and preparing her for this moment. She took a deep breath and pulled up her sleeves. "All these bruises are from him." As soon as Brad heard that, he went feral. "You dumb woman! How dare you lie like that?" He tried to lunge at her, but got tackled by an agent and slammed on the ground. He was arrested on the spot and taken straight to jail. Remember how the entire building was a prisoner to Brad's oppression? Well, now every single person now testified against him, including Maria. Even after the camera footage was shown, Brad still argued, "They're all lying. This is just a huge conspiracy to frame me. Look at my record. It's as clean as it can be. Just ask my brother." But then his brother was brought in, also in handcuffs, and his face dropped. I had sent several tips to the FBI suggesting that a local cop might be aiding in Brad's abuse and that they should investigate his brother. They found literal texts and voicemails between them, talking about how Maria was never meant to be more than a plaything. It was over. Brad couldn't argue anymore. They locked him in a maximum security prison and threw away the key for life. Maria was free and no longer bound by that scumbag. My restraining order was also thrown out, and without Brad's screams, I slept like a baby through the night.